Sometimes people think in a war, in a battle, in a fight, that it's always a street fight. And it's not. It's a game of chess. And it's calculated, aggressive, strategic preparation. The other side doesn't usually just say, oh, that's cool. You got to win. The greatest victory is that which requires no battle. Sun Tzu, The Art of War. How does that apply to divorce? Well, battle is trial. Battle is litigation. Battle is going at it in court, in trial, all out, witnesses, evidence, judge ruling on things, people, screaming, yelling. That's battle. Comes with a lot of casualties, comes with a lot of collateral damage. So the greatest victory is when you do not require a battle, when you can resolve it prior to that. And in a divorce context, being a divorce lawyer for 15 years, that's all I've done. That's what I do. My way of resolving a case short of the battle and having that greatest victory is settlement. I'm a little dramatic. I'm a little theatrical. I like trial. I have a YouTube channel. Obviously I like to hear myself talk to a certain degree. So I have no problem with going to trial. I enjoy it. But I know that a client is going to do better if they can own their settlement. And if the compromise point in which the two parties during a divorce or any legal proceeding, really, when you're trying to come to a resolution short of a judge telling you what to do, if you can come to that compromise point, come in the middle, that's the greatest victory. The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. Another art of war quote. Now again, we're looking at it from a context of the art of war, right? The enemy is going to be the other side in your divorce. And it's to subdue them without fighting. Because fighting just begets more fighting. Anytime a client gets a win, right? And the win part of it is important and they want that win. The other side doesn't usually just say, oh, that's cool. You got to win. You got me. No, they say, all right, now I'm going to focus my attack on winning themselves. So, that's it. It's a tit for tat. It's going to create more division, more battle throughout the case, and more fighting. But just the fighting portion of it, that doesn't get you anywhere. When I go to court or when I mediate a case and I'm trying to get a case settled, a fight like that is not really going to get you where you want to go. So, all of the stuff that we hear over the years as divorce lawyers of aggressive, I want somebody to go in there and do this and blah, 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 blah. You're just going to pay for it. It's just, so again, subduing the enemy without fighting. I think it's a good quote in the context of a divorce. So the third quote from The Art of War by Sun Tzu is, there's no instance of a nation benefiting from prolonged warfare. That's, in our context, in the divorce context, a long battle. And we've had cases that have gone on, unfortunately, for years and years and years and years. These cases that go into the multi-years, there's so many different things and reasons why. Primarily, it's because of this quote. Prolonged warfare would basically mean, in a divorce context, that somebody gets a win, and then the other person wants a win, and then the other person wants a win back. And then it's just this on and on and on, and that doesn't go quickly. And then even when you get to the final hearing and you get to your trial, there could be so many things that occur after that. Appeals and rehearings and things that come after the fact, and somebody trying to hold people in contempt. It's just, nobody benefits from it. Even the most complicated of cases can still be resolved through settlement and negotiation. But when you get to that prolonged warfare where it just keeps going and going and going, Again, remember, just as this quote stated, there's no nation that's going to benefit from it. So husband, wife, mother, father, the benefit is not there. So the fourth quote in this Sun Tzu Art of War applicability to divorce and family law: the wise warrior avoids the battle. So again, the wise warrior avoids the battle. I think that one's pretty easy. Do you do what you need to do to avoid the battle? Sometimes if there's no other option, that's the last resort. It's not your first resort. And in a divorce proceeding, people sometimes think that's their first option, and their only option is just to go straight to battle. The wise warrior doesn't go straight to battle. The wise warrior looks at all the different options available to them and works strategically through them to see what is the best for their situation. Supreme excellence consists of breaking the enemy's resistance without fighting. So all five of these, and this is from the Art of War, and the applicability to divorce and family law in these situations is extreme, because I see it every day that if you want the best outcome, it's not going to be through a fight, and it's going to be another method. And again, breaking the resistance, that's one way to look at it. And there's different ways within litigation to aggressively advocate for your client within the law. The goal is the resolution, and that's the excellence part of it. And I think that has to be for everybody going through divorce and litigation, is understanding that the fight, is not going to necessarily get you to where you want to go. It's a fight, just a divorce in and of itself. The proceeding, the posturing, everything that has to happen, the litigation, it's a fight. And there's reasons why I think there's a fountain of stories that I have and that, this channel just goes through, is because over the years, you just see some of the most extreme things that people can do when they're going through a divorce. So remembering that greatest victory is one that doesn't require a battle. That first quote from Sun Tzu's Art of War, I think we got to go back to that. I think we got to really focus on that. And also, if you consider subscribing, you can hit the little subscribe button. You can like the video if you so choose. You can comment if you think there's any applicability to Sun Tzu's Art of War, or if there's any other quotes in there. It's a good book. Sometimes people think in a war, in a battle, in a fight, that it's always a street fight. And it's not. It's a game of chess, and it's calculated, aggressive, strategic preparation. Having a plan of attack, having a plan. And I know this just could sound a little extreme, but every case we have a plan. We have goals. We have things that we're working towards. And your desired result is not to spend your entire life savings on attorneys funding litigation, which you're just going to walk away from and say, what the heck did I just do? Again, and as we've said in other videos, sometimes you got to go to trial. Sometimes you got to do it. But if you can find a way and to clinch that greatest victory without the battle, you've won.